Hello everyone, welcome to this Python tutorial by Code Warriors. Today we are going to start a new topic, a new course on this amazing programming language, Python. We will cover this video in three stages. In first, we will discuss about what is Python. Then the second, we will talk about its advantages over other programming languages. Then the third, we will talk about its installation and setup so that we can create an environment to work on this language. So let's get on with it. What is Python? Python is a language created by Guido and Rossum in 1991. It's a multi-paradigm programming language. Multi-paradigm programming language, such a huge word. No, it's simple. It's nothing. It's only means is that this programming language can be written in numerous number of methods. Like there are lots of methods to write a program, like object-oriented programming, structural programming, procedural programming, logical programming, functional programming. So Python is called multi-paradigm because it can be written in all of these ways. Python supports all of these procedures. That's why it is called multi-paradigm programming language. Then Python is interpreted high-level programming language. Now there are lots of high-level programming languages out there. I mean Java, C, C++. Then why there is a need came to create such this Python programming language? Why Mr. Guido van Rossum created this Python language? We will discuss this in our next topic, advantages of Python. Now, I'm sorry, developers can learn it quickly. This programming language is so easy that it became the first choice of the developers. It is so easy to write and it mimics the English. It mimics almost English language. Whatever we are doing, we are writing it simply in English. It seems all like that. That's why it is so easy to learn, easy to read, easy to write. That's why it becomes the developer's first choice, and any developer can easily learn it. Then it requires less coding. We have seen lots of languages, like we talk any language like Java, C, C++, Ruby, Perl. They've got extensive amount of codes to run such a small thing. But in Python, it requires comparatively lot less code to run that program. Let's take an example. Like in all these other high level languages, we use a declaration of variables. I know you might be thinking, what are variables? What is declaration? I will tell you in later in the course. Right now, just write it down somewhere. Just have a note of it. Just be with me. I will tell you everything in the further courses. So there's a declaration of variable in there, but in this, there's no declaration requires variables works directly. You don't need extra lines to write those things. Then it is dynamically typed. Same thing here. It doesn't require variables. And there's one more thing. And like in most of the codes, we use curly braces to separate the sections. Like if we are using a function, we are separating it by using curly braces. But in this Python language, we don't use curly braces. We use indentations. Indentations are spaces, the amount of space we are giving. Don't worry, we will discuss everything in the further classes, in the further videos. I will tell you everything about what is indentation, how much indentation is required, everything we will talk about it. Then there is extensive support libraries. There are lots of huge amount of libraries out there with Python, especially with the Python 3 version. There are lots of libraries to work with, and it's quite fun working with those libraries. It makes your program language a lot easier, a lot simpler. Like there are few libraries like we can see NumPy. There is a NumPy library which is used for numerical mathematical calculations. Then there is this Pandas library. It is mostly used in the data science field as to create a data frames and databases that and do a manipulation on it. Then there comes a matplotlib the library in through which we can create graphs, plot graphs, we can plot lots of graphs with the help of it. There, that's why Python is like developers' first choice. Everyone wants to learn Python. Like right now, most of the technology in world, most of the companies in technology world are using Python right now as their back-end programming. We see talk about Google, Microsoft, Cisco, Dropbox. Everyone are working on Python as their back-end programming languages. Okay, so Now let's move on to the installation and setup. Now to install the Python, we are going to use Anaconda distribution. Anaconda distribution, it's a distribution. It contains lots of libraries. As I said, Python has lots of libraries, and Anaconda contains most of them, almost all of them. And it has good IDEs which are required for writing codes, and there's notebooks also there like Jupyter Notebook, which is mostly used by the beginners to write the program because it is like it is simple to write, easy to run programs in there. But anyway, we are going to use an IDE called Spider, because in the latest version of Spider, the recent version that came just 4.1.1 of Spider, in this they have given a feature of Jupyter Notebook, kind of feature of Jupyter Notebook. I will show you just in a minute. Then before downloading this Anaconda distribution, we will talk about this Miniconda. I mean, there is Anaconda, then there has to be a Miniconda, right? So this Miniconda is this Anaconda distribution is contains a lots of libraries. It has, so that makes it a huge amount. It increases the size of it. But here Miniconda is like a very small amount of size with limited amount of libraries. You want extra libraries, you can install it later on, but in the beginning it comes with a very small size, around 50-60 MB, whereas Anaconda distribution comes with a size of around 450 500 MB size. Now to download Anaconda and Miniconda, both have I have links. I have given the links of both of them here. You can go on them, you can install them. I will show you the whole procedure of installing, how to download, from where to download, how to install it, everything. Now to download this Anaconda distribution, you have to go to this link, anaconda.com/product/individual. I've shown you in the slides. And then in this link, when you slides down, you will see there is this Anaconda installer given. Now in this, it is given for Windows, Mac OS, Linux, for all these three operating systems it has. Now for Windows, there are two versions, Python 3.7 and 2.7. Same for Mac OS, same for Linux. As I told you, Python 2 just been officially removed from in this very year 2020. So I don't advise you to use Python 2.7. In fact, even with the Python 2. There is a thing about Python 2.7 that Python 3. Sorry, there's a thing about Python 3.7 is that it contains a lots of libraries, lots of things to work with. Why to work with such a low version? If you have a good available version over there, then I would recommend you to download Python 3.7. And if your laptop is or computer is 64-bit graphical installer, you can directly click on this link, and it will start your download over here. I will cancel it because I already have Anaconda distribution. In the same way you can do for macOS, same way you can do for Linux. Install it whichever operating system you have. Now you see there's this graphical installer and command line installer in macOS, and then Linux there is command line installer. So graphical installer is like there will be a graphical working of it, and command line installer is that will work on command prompt. As you can see like in Windows, there is this command prompt, command shell is there. Same way it is in Mac OS. As Mac OS is it's kind of a distribution of Linux, so it also works on mostly work on terminal screen. So there is a command line installer for it, and then there is in Linux also. Now to install these, okay, let's also talk about Miniconda. How to download Miniconda? Well, this is the website for the Miniconda, docs.conda.io/latest/miniconda.html. Now in this site, you will see there are this Windows installer, Python 3.7 for both 64-bit, 32-bit, then Python 2.7. And now you can see the size. It is only 51.6 MB. And when we talk about Anaconda, it is 466 MB. As I said, Miniconda is very small. It has very limited amount of libraries. It's like the basic version. If you want to work further, just download the libraries. That's it. Then same for the Mac OS X and same for the Linux. But if your computer is supporting is have enough power to handle Anaconda. I mean, it's only 466 MB. So install it, install the Anaconda. It will be really helpful for you. You don't have to work much more on downloading other libraries and all. It will be simpler for you to learn. But if you're not somehow you are facing some issues, you don't have that much, then okay, you can download it. It will work just like that, same way. So you can download it from here just by clicking it. Now to see the installation process, we can see here. This is for the Windows, as you can see. Now to install on the Windows, all you have to do is download the Anaconda installer. Then wait a minute. Okay, so now as you can see, this is the installation on Windows methods how to install it. I've already installed it, so I can't show you. I don't want to install it from my computer. Install again. So as you can see, it's like normal. Just download the Anaconda installer that we have seen here. This graphical installer for 66 MB size. Then do next. It's like any other installing any other application. Just next, agree, just me. In the end, you will see in the beginning. I want to show you something. Uh, it is yes, this page. You will come at this kind of a page in which it is says add Anaconda 3 to my path environment variable, and they will also not recommend you for this. But I would say just click on it. Actually, this it means is that when you are working on a Python, then actually when you works on Python, this programming language, you are downloading it from Anaconda distribution. But for few people who have worked on Python language by installing it manually from somewhere else, so while after installing it from here, there might be a chance there, what do you say, softwares or these environments, they clash between each other. These libraries clash between each other. So that's why they say not recommended for this thing. Do not set it as my path. But if you are a beginner, if you are just first time doing installing Python on your laptop, you've never had Python, you just select it. Okay, and another thing for those people who already have Python, if you want to completely shift over to this distribution to work on it, I'm telling you this is an amazing setup. About Anaconda distribution is one of the best setup for Python. And if you want to shift on it, you can also select it. Everything will start working on base related to your Anaconda distributions versions. So it is saying not recommended, but I will ask you to click on it and install it. Later on, same again, those next processes and finish, and you will have your Anaconda installed on your laptop. Now for the Mac OS, on this website docs.anaconda.com/anaconda install Mac OS or Windows or Linux, you will see installer for Mac OS. In this, it is also same setup, same way for graphical installer. You have to just see and open the installer and then do next, and it will install it. But for the command line install, there is a thing that when you download it, when you download on a Linux, it will reach on your download folder. And if you are working from command line, then you have to copy this line, bash, then this symbol /download/anaconda 3 and its version. You have to run this program to start the installer on your uh, Mac OS. Now same thing for the Linux, as Mac OS and Linux command lines are same. So there's the same thing for the Linux. You have to run this command in the Linux, press enter, it will start your installer, and then the same processes you have to do like you did in anywhere else. Okay, so I already have this Anaconda. When Anaconda will be installed on your computer, you will get this icon Anaconda Navigator on your startup menu. I will show you Anaconda Navigator. This, open it. I've already opened it just to make the process so easy. You can see it here. It will look just like this. These are lots of notebooks, labs, IDEs, studios, what virtual studio. There are lots of things are given, lots of ways of working on Python. lots of environments, IDs. Okay, so this is Jupyter Notebook. As we talked about, it's for the beginner level, and as you can see, it returns return run human readable docs. It's for data analysis. It's very simple to work with. I will show you how to work on Jupyter Notebook. But we are basically going to work on this Spider IDE. This is a great environment, great IDE to work with, and I will show you. Then you will say so that you will say so. Okay, so I am seeing your option launch here, but you might see the option as install. So just click on it, install that IDE in your laptops or your computers, and then you will see the option launch. Click on the launch, and then there will be a Spider IDE open like this on your screen. Spider Python 3.7 written over here, and this is a place where you write. It's like a text editor where you write your code, and this is a place where you can see those where your variables, their values, type, size. Then this is a file, the path you give to your code, where you want to save your code, from where you want to extract the code. It's like a working directory of you. Then there's this help documentation, like if you need help with the code, it will tell you. I will show you how it works. Then there are plots in this section. If you are making any graphs, plots, as I told you, Python is very good in making graphs and plots by using this matplotlib library. So those plots images will show where. Now this is a IPython console. Whatever you run the program here, it will immediately give its output over here when you run it. And so let's see. Let's start with one of the most legendary first line of every program, that is print hello world. I mean, whatever course you see, whatever see, the first thing you will see learning anything is print hello world. Okay, so to run this code, we write the code, select the code that much, and press F9. You will see in the this side IPython console section, your code run, it gives the output hello world. Now, if you know other programming languages like Java, C, C++, if you want to print anything, then you have to first call the libraries. Like in Java, you have to use import.java.io.abstract. It's an input output library for doing input output. Then in the C programming language, you have to use hashtag include stdio.h. Then in C++ programming language, you have to use hashtag include iostream.h. But in this programming language, you don't have to use anything. Just print hello world. That's it. First line of code, first line, done, and you got the output of yours. Now next code, x is equal to 5, run this much, F9, x is equal to 5, code run. Now variable explorer, see here, like if you talk about other editors like Jupyter or any other, you will not see your variable explorer, like you will not get a variable explorer like this where you can continuously check what your variables are and what are their values, what are their types, what are their size. Here we see a variable x that we declared right now. Then its type, what is its type? Because we gave it a value 5 is an integer, so its type became integer. Its size 1, value 5. Now we will talk about all these things. What are variables, what are integers, how to see size, what are its values. We will discuss all about it in a later course. Right now just see, this is how we work on this environment. Now let's see our Jupyter notebook. Okay, so Jupyter notebook, basically if you want to run Jupyter notebook, I have it here. But if you want to run Jupyter notebook, you want to start Jupyter notebook, just search Jupyter notebook. And if you have installed it from Anaconda Navigator, you will see a Jupyter notebook app over here. Just click on it, open it. It will open, it will first start this terminal screen over here. Then when this terminal screen will complete, then your browser will open, and the browser, you will see this home page of Jupyter. So if you want to run on a code on Jupyter, so you need this is like a working directory right now. You can select the directory, whatever directory you want, right? If we select right now desktop, then now our working directory becomes desktop. Okay, and if you want to go to the notebook section, then new Python 3, it says notebook over here, Python 3. It also has other features like text, creating text file, folders, terminals, but we are interested in notebook right now. So we'll go to Python 3 and see, this is our notebook of Jupyter. Here it looks like. This is Jupyter, this is our file name. Right now it is untitled. We can write anything over here, whatever title you want to give it. First notebook, then now these are called the cells in here, right? If we write print, sorry, hello world, and we press shift enter, it prints hello world and gives us a second line, second cell, and second cell we run x is equal to 10, and again we shift enter, x is equal to 10 is stored. Now if we press x and shift enter, they give its value 10. Now this is the working of a Jupyter notebook. In this Jupyter notebook, it looks so simple is because you write every code, you run it. After every code, you get its output. It's simple. You keep track of your outputs, keep track of your work, everything. That's why it is so simple. That's why most of the courses if you see on YouTube, Udemy, Coursera, they will all suggest to work on Jupyter notebook. But why not study something different this time? Why to study the same thing that everyone's studying? Jupyter. Why not studying some different IDE? That is, and now Jupyter notebook is basically for the beginners, for the people who are learning the Python. But Spider IDE is from beginner to advanced level. Now people in the advanced level are all using Spider because of its durability. Because if you are writing 1,000 lines of code, now there are lots of variables you must have used in those 1,000 lines of codes. How are you gonna keep track of all of them? This is the section that keeps track of all of those things. That's why the Python Spider IDE used. Now, in the latest 4.1.1 version, I've told you they've mimicked the working of Jupyter Notebook. Now they have given this feature called star %%, and we write it like this. Now this will create a cell around here. Like in Jupyter Notebook, there was a cell. It will create a cell. You will see hello world. Now when I do shift enter, you see in the IPython console it says run cell 1 hello world. Now this is cell 1 and it says hello world. Now again we write hash %%, and this time we gave y is equal to 20 and run this code. Sorry, we don't have to do this right now. All we have to do is shift enter. Now you see here in the variable explorer section y is equal to 20, it shows here. Now in same way we can do, now this, you seeing this IPython console section, now this section can also be used to run the Python programs. Now if you want to run, like we want to print the value of y, all we have to do is type y and enter. Value of y is 20. We want to print hello world here, all you have to do is write hello, print and hello world and enter. It says hello world. You can write a programs over here also, but the only difference is when you want to run a multiple lines of programs, then you can't do it in IPython console. You have to write it here and then you have to run it. That's the only difference. Otherwise you can run your programs in IPython console or you here, it's your choice. Okay, so we will end our video this much. In tomorrow on next video we'll discuss about other basic steps of this Python programming language. Okay, so if you like this video, please like it, subscribe the channel if you want to watch further videos on this Python. Thank you so much. See you in next video.